Hello everyone, welcome to our Math 8 class. Our topic for today is about illustrating relation and function. Relation between two sets in any ordered pairs containing one object from each set. The elements in the first set are called domain, while the elements of the second set are called range. A relation may be classified as one-to-one, many-to-one, or one-to-many. It is one-to-one relation if every element in the domain is mapped to a unique element in the range. Many-to-one if two or more elements in the domains are mapped to only one element in the range, and one-to-many if each element in the domain is mapped to any two or more elements in the range. A combination of many-to-one relation and one-to-many relation is called many-to-many relation. Okay, so let's have the representation of a relation. So this will be the representation of a relation. So we have an ordered pairs. So set A, so we have 3, 5, 2, 7, 4, 6, negative 3, and negative 5. Set B, we have 0, 1, negative 1, 2, 0, 3, negative 2, 4, and negative 1, 5. While in the set C, we have negative 1, 2, 1, negative 2, negative 2, 16, 2, negative 16, and negative 3, negative 54. So in ordered pairs, so how will we identify the domain in each set? Okay, so para malaman natin yung sets, so sa set A, our domain is equals to, so ano ng mga domain natin? Domain natin is the first value in the set of ordered pairs. So we have 3, 2, 4, and negative 3. So our domains are negative 3, 2, 3, and 4. So i-arrange natin siya from smallest to largest value. And then while our range is the second value in our ordered pair. So we have 5, 7, 6, and negative 5. So our range is negative 5. Next is 5. Then we have 6 and 7. Okay, so for set A, we have domain negative 3, 2, 3, and 4. For range, we have negative 5, 5, 6, 7. Okay, for set B, the domains are 0, negative 1, 0, negative 2, and negative 1. So kung mapapansin natin, meron tayong repeated value dyan. So isusulat na lang natin siya as 1. So our domain is, let's start with negative 2, then followed by negative 1. So i-write natin siya as 1, negative 1. Then next is 0, 0. Okay, so since wala na siyang other value for domain, so hanggang doon lang siya. And then while our range is, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so our range is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so for set C, our domain is negative 1, positive 1, negative 2, positive 2, and negative 3. So we will start in negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, positive 1, and then positive 2. Okay, so this will be our range. Now, domain pala. So this will, now let's go to finding the range. So we have 2, negative 2, 16, negative 16, and negative 54. So we have negative 54 first, followed by negative 16, then followed by negative 2, then followed by positive 2, and then followed by positive 16. Okay, so ito na yung ating domain and range ng set C. Okay, so ganyan natin ina-identify yung domain and range sa ordered pairs. Now, let's move. What about using the table? So, domain and range using the table. So, we have here the x values from the upper part. And then, we have here the y values for the lower part. So, pwede siyang i-represent ng pag ganito na naka-horizontal form or naka-vertical form. So, ang domain natin for this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so our range is 210, 420, 630, 840, and 1050. So this will be our domain and range dito sa given table. Same with this, since parehas naman yung values nila, ganun din yung domain and range natin. Okay, next. mapping diagram. Okay, so pag mapping diagram, so meron tayong input and output. Okay, so we have here, sa first figure natin, so we have here the cup, pillow, toiletries, blankets, plate, bedsheet, then kitchen, comfort room, and bedroom. Okay, so to identify the domain in the first figure, or our set A or our input is our domain. So meaning to say, etong unang part na nasa left side ng ating figure, eto ngayon yung ating mga, eto na ngayon yung ating mga domains. Okay, so our domains, we have cup, pillow, toiletries, we have blankets, plate, and bed sheet. So, ito ngayon yung ating domain. Now, our range are, we have kitchen, next is comfort room, next is bedroom. Okay, so sa mapping diagram, tandaan lang natin, nasa left side niyan or yung input, yung ating domain, and then yung nasa right side or yung ating output, yung range. Okay, so what about the next figure? So our domain in the next figure, so since 6 lang yung nasa input natin, ang domain natin ay 6. And then sa range natin is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. Okay, so ganyan pagkuha ng domain at range ng ating mapping diagram. Now, what about rules or equation? So, paano natin kinukuha yung domain ng rules and equation? So, para makuha natin yung domain and range ng rules of equation, so magsaset tayo dyan ng values ng x. So, for example, so we have y here. Let x equals to 1. So, y is equals to, substitute natin, 25 multiplied by 1. So, y is equals to 25. Okay, so domain natin is the element of all real numbers. So, meaning to say, domain natin is element of real numbers. It's either negative number, 0, or positive number. Then, our range is also the elements of all real numbers. Okay. Next. So, sa pagkuha naman ng graph, so ang domain natin and range ay nasa x and y axis tayo. So, since ito ang graph natin, so ito yung ating graph. So, kung matatandaan nyo yung part ng partition plane natin, horizontal will be the x-axis, and then the vertical line will be the y-axis. Okay, so domain natin is given for the x-axis. So, what are those? So, we have 0, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. While our range natin, the given from the y-axis. So we have 0, 200, 400, 600, 1,000, and 1,200. So yan na ngayon yung ating range. Okay, so ganyan natin kinukuha yung dominant range sa graph natin. Okay, so a relation that are function. A function is a special type of relation. It is a relation where no element in the domain is mapped or paired to more than one element in the range. So meaning to say, dapat yung domain natin ay hindi nauulit yung values niya. So one element lang kailangan. So let's identify. So we have here a sets of ordered pair. So identify natin kung ito ba ay function or not function. So titingin lang tayo sa domain natin. Para hindi tayo malito, yung domain lang ang i-observe natin para makita kung meron siyang repeated values or wala. Okay, so domain natin is 3, 2, 4, and negative 3. So as we observe, wala tayong nakitang repeated value. So therefore, this set is a function. Okay? Next, set P, we have 0, negative 1, 0, negative 2, and negative 1. So kung mapapansin natin, naulit si 0, naulit din si negative 1. So therefore, this set of ordered pair is not a function. Okay, next, set C. So we have negative 1, 1, negative 2, 2, and then negative 3. So wala tayong nakikitang repeated value. So therefore, it is a function. Okay, so ganun natin kukunin yung ganun natin i-identify ang isang relation kung function or not function. Mag-base lang tayo sa domain natin. Okay, next. X and Y using the table. So we have here X. So tingnan natin kung may naulit ba dito sa ating table sa X values or sa input values natin. Okay, so we have 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2. So since walang naulit, ito ay function. Okay, next, we have here 1, 2, 1. So naulit si 1. And then 0, 3. So therefore, it is not a function. Okay, so clear tayo dun ha. Titingin lang tayo lagi sa X values, sa input, or sa domain para ma-identify kung function or not function. Now, let's have a mapping diagram. So we have here the input 10, 20, 30, 40, and then the output 15, 25, 35, 45. So kung mapapansin natin, wala tayong repeated arrows dito or sharing arrows sa input natin. So therefore, ito ay function. Okay. Next, in the second figure, so we have 2, 4, and 3 in the input or domain. So kung mapapansin natin, meron tayong repeated arrows dito or sharing arrows. So 2 to 20 and then 2 to 40. So therefore, dalawa yung input natin for 2 or domain natin for 2. So this is not a function. Okay. So, clear tayo sa mapping diagram. Kailangan hindi nagsishare ng arrow sa domain natin or sa input para masabi na siya ay function. Kasi kapag nag-share sila, it's considered as not a function. Okay. By using graph, how will we identify if a graph is a function or not a function? So, ang gagawin natin is gagamit tayo ng vertical line test. Ano ba yung vertical? So, vertical line, ibig sabihin, patayo. Mag-drawing tayo ng straight line na vertical na mag-i-intersect dito sa ating graph. So, dapat ang intersection ay 1 lang para masabi na siya ay function. Kasi kapag nagkaroon ng 2 or more intersection, therefore, hindi na siya considered na function. So, let's try. So, para mas maintindihan natin. So, okay. So, pag nag-drawing ako ng straight line dito, so, mapapansin natin, isa lang yung intersection natin. So, kahit saan tayo mag-draw dito ng vertical line, isa lang yung magiging intersection natin. So, therefore, this graph is a function. Okay, so what about this graph? Okay, so tingnan natin. So, pag nag-drawing tayo ng isang straight line dito, mapapansin natin na magkakaroon tayo ng 2 intersection. So, therefore, so kahit saan tayo mag-drawing dyan, meron tayong 2 intersection na makikita. So therefore, this graph is not a function. Okay, next. So this one, so draw tayo. Okay, so we have 1 intersection, another 1 intersection, and another only 1 intersection. So isa lang yung intersection natin. So therefore, it is a function. Okay, so for the last example, we have a circle graph. So let's draw. Okay, so kung mapapansin nyo, meron tayong 2 intersection na nakita. And then another 2 intersection. And then another 2 intersection. So therefore, this graph is not a function. Okay, so clear po tayo dun ha? Okay, so ganyan natin identify kung function or not function ang isang graph using the vertical line test. Okay, what about kapag equation ang given? So kapag equation ang given, titingnan natin kung magkakaroon ba tayo ng 1 solution or 2 solution. Kapag 1 solution lang, meaning it is a function. Kapag 2 solution or more than solution, it is not a function. So let's have y is equals 3x plus 2. So given natin y is equals 3x plus 2, let x equals to 1. So ito substitute natin yung x or yung value ng x na 1 dito sa given natin. So y is equals to 3 times 1 plus 2. So therefore, y is equals to 3 plus 2, y is equals to 5. So kung mapapansin natin, isa lang ang solution natin. So kung x is 1, then our y is 5. So therefore, we have one solution. So therefore, it is a function. Okay, let's have this. Y squared equals to x plus 1, then let x equals to 1. So substitute natin, y squared equals to x plus 1. So y squared equals to 1 plus 1, y squared equals to 2. To get the value of y, square root natin sila both sides. So y is equals to, so cancel na squared, y is equals to square root of 2. So square root of 2, pwede siyang positive or negative. So, dalawa yung magiging solution natin. Kapag nag-square root tayo, so automatic yun, isang positive at isang negative yung ating magiging solution. So, y is equals to positive square root of 2 or positive y is equals to negative square root of 2. So, dito nakita natin na we have two solutions. So, therefore, this equation is not a function. Okay, so clear tayo. Kapag one solution, function. Kapag two or more solution, not function. Sa pag-identify natin sa equation. Okay, so remember, all functions are relation, but some relations are not function. Ulitin natin, all functions are relation, but some relation are not function. So, ibig sabihin, lahat ng given example natin ng function ay tinatawag nating relation. Pero hindi lahat ng relation ay pwede natin tawaging function. Okay, so clear tayo doon. Okay, so we have here a function notation. The function notation, y is equals to f of x, which is read as y equals to f of x. So, ang basa natin dito is y equals to f of x, or y is a function of x. It is used to denote a functional relationship between the x and y variable. So, paano natin gagawin yung function notation? In function notation, dapat meron tayong given sa functions. Okay, so let's have f of x equals to negative 2x plus 1. Find the f of 3 and f of negative 3. So, ibig sabihin, yung values natin dito ay isa-substitute natin dun sa values ni x. So, unahin natin yung f of 3. So, f of 3 is equals to negative 2. Palitan natin si 3 ng positive 3. Plus 1. Okay, so f of 3 is equals to negative 2 multiplied by 3 is negative 6 plus 1. Then simply perform natin yung operation. Negative 6 plus 1 is negative 5. So therefore, f of positive 3 is equals to negative 5. Okay, what about f of negative 3? F of negative 3 is equals to negative 2 multiplied by negative 3 plus 1. Then perform negative 2 multiplied by negative 3. So, correct, negative, i-multiply, positive na siya. So, positive 6 plus 1. Then, perform operation, 6 plus 1 is 7. So, therefore, f of negative 3 is equals to positive 7. So, yun yung tinatawag natin na function notation. Okay, let's have another example. F of x equals to 3x minus 2. Find the f of 1 and f of 4. So, unahin natin f of 1. So, f of 1 is equals to, equals yan ha, 3 multiplied by 1 minus 2. Perform operation, 3 multiplied by 1 is 3 minus 2. Perform 3 minus 2 is positive 1. So therefore, f of positive 1 is equals to positive 1. What about f of 4? F of 4 is equals to 3 multiplied by 4 minus 2. Okay? So 3 multiplied by 4 is equals to 12 minus 2. Perform the operation. 12 minus 2 is 10. So therefore, f of positive 4 is equals to positive 10. So ganyan natin ina-apply yung function notation sa pagkuha ng ating f of x or function of x. Okay. So that will be all. Maraming salamat sa inyong pakikinig. Sana ay meron kayong natutunan sa lesson natin today. Maraming salamat and magandang buhay.